Hey, Amari, this is David Hood with TigerNet. Has it been a little strange this camp, not knowing who's going to line up out there beside you every day at wide receiver, considering, all of the in and out that it's been? And how do you think that this group has responded to all of the absences?
No, I don't feel like it's been strange. I feel like we got a lot of playmakers, so a lot of people are coming out there and making plays. Whoever's out there, they're making plays. And it just shows how deep our receiving room is. The next man up mentality that we have. Everybody that comes in, they're making plays. They're ready. They're prepared. So it's just going to pay off in the season.
Hey, Amari, Trevor Groves with CUTigers.com here. Coach Swinney said last week that he felt like you looked faster and stronger than he's ever seen you before. Do you feel that way, that you're at that point, best point you've been in physically? And do you think this offense is right where it needs to be right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like I'm at my highest level that I've ever been. I put in the most work this offseason with the time that we had. I worked my tail off to get to where I am right now, as far as getting my knees back right, getting the strength back in there. And then as far as working on my speed, I worked on my speed like almost the whole break. And then just always working on my craft too, as far as receiver too. So I definitely feel like I've hit a new level, and I'm just ready to show it off this year.
Hey, I'm with 24/7. I know you guys don't really time 40s, but do you think you shaved some time off that? I mean, do you have any idea what you'd run right now?
I'd definitely say a high 4.44, like a 4.44, 4.45, 4.43, around there.
Gotta get a slang stance every time.
Amari, what are your impressions of Brandon Spector? How much have you been able to impart to him about playing the slot position? And how would you compare him to Hunter Renfrow? We know he's a little bigger and a little faster than Renfrow was, but do you think his hands are even close to as good as Hunter's were?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't compare him to Hunter. I feel like he's his own animal. He's a monster, man. He's very athletic for his size. He's very fast. He's very, people overlook his speed, man. He be blazing out there. But I'm proud of his progression that he's made since he's gotten here. He's gonna ball out this year. I've been helping him as much as I can in practice, making sure that he's finishing everything out in front of him. Running precise routes so they can set those at the top of the end of the route and everything like that. So I'm just being that mentor for him, that big brother for him that he can come to for anything that he needs. And, I'm seeing that progress. I'm ready to see him ball out.
Hey, Amari, since Frank and Joe have been back, how have they looked today and yesterday? And then in your estimation, what's kind of the biggest objective that they need to accomplish between now and the start of the season? I mean, is it conditioning, picking up something else, or do you feel like they're in full form right now?
I'd definitely say conditioning. Football shape is way different than any other shape. If you're out and you're missing a lot of time, it's going to take you a little minute to get back in football shape. So they're in that process of getting back in football shape right now. But the biggest difference I can tell with them is definitely speed. Joe and Frank, they're one of my best friends on the team. So they were working with me the whole offseason as far as speed, running the dikes, and just doing speed work whenever we can. So I definitely can see that's paying off for all three of us.
What was it like working with your dad while you were home?
Say it again? I'm sorry.
What was it like working with your dad while you were home, being able to work out and kind of be under his coaching a little bit?
Yeah, it's been great. It's always good getting advice from my pops. He's been in the business for a long time. He's coached a lot of great players. So whenever he has something to say to me, I'm listening. I'm all ears because he knows what he's talking about. And it's just a blessing that he's my father. And I can just go to him whenever I can. So that's definitely helped me in my progress too, as far as where I am right now.
Hey, Amari, this is Grace Rayner from The Athletic. I know you tweeted a few weeks ago that you thought that unions were needed for college football players, and I'm sure you've heard Coach Swinney say that he would support a players association, but he thinks a union is kind of a different deal. I'm just curious kind of where you stand on that and what your understanding of the difference is.
Yeah, when I tweeted that, I had no understanding of the difference. Like I didn't know taxes or any of that went into a union. When I tweeted out, I initially meant just like a group of players that help make decisions for the NCAA. But now that I'm more educated and stuff like that, I definitely understand why it's not a union. But it may in some time be association, which would be great. But I definitely was not educated on union versus association early on when I tweeted that.
You're obviously such a leader on Clemson's team and offense. Is that something that you could see yourself maybe wanting to be part of as someone who is vocal and a veteran and has a good understanding of the sport?
Oh, for sure. Anytime anybody asks me for advice or they ask me to say something or give my input, I'm always for it, especially with me being a veteran on this team and in college football in general, just being in the game for these past 3 years. So definitely, for sure, I definitely want to be a part of something like that if it is. But, if not, I'm continue to lead my team here at Clemson. We're just going to rock out this year.
Amari, this is Matt with the state. How do you guys feel, and how do you feel personally about being back on campus? And is there any concern about when students come back and trying to remain safe and play?
Students already got back. I feel like it's not any concern at all. I feel like we're still on the same schedule as far as coming to meetings and stuff like that, and we're locked in. We had 0 positive tests when we got tested on Monday, so that's a huge sign of our maturity on the team and how locked in we are and how much we're ready to play and ready to go out and play. So as long as we keep going by the right protocol, which Clemson has the perfect protocol as far as Corona goes. So as long as we keep following those right steps and keep having no positives, I feel like it's a go.
Follow up on that, as a leader, are you trying to make sure that guys stay where they're supposed to go, avoid the parties, all that kind of stuff that happens with college students coming back to campus and some other programs around the country have had some problems with that?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, as a leader, you got to mention that and make sure they know what's at stake. But I feel like we're mature enough as a team that we already know. People already know that people shouldn't be going out to parties and stuff like that because, it's putting our team in danger and putting their career in danger. So, we're very mature as a team. And, I trust my teammates that they're going to make the right decisions.
Amari, Lawton Swan with Clemson Sports Talk. What's your thoughts on the new redshirt rule where, you guys could play a whole season and get that year back? And how do you think that'll impact the team moving forward?
That's a big, huge thing. And I like it for a lot of people that, redshirted last year. For Brendan, for example, he redshirted, but he gets that year back now. So he has 4 more years to, show his talents off. And, I can't wait to see that. So it's definitely a lot of people that have situations that this is definitely a blessing for them. It gives them an opportunity to show off their talents for a longer amount of time. So, that's a huge rule. And I'm excited for a lot of people for that.
Hey, Amari, going back to doing the right thing, I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, that Coach Swinney kind of gave a pretty impassioned speech to the team about doing the right thing and then said, let's go win a natty. Mm-hmm. Did he do that? What was his message and how did the team respond to it?
I mean, Coach Swinney is always giving us a message about doing the right thing. That's a daily thing with Coach Swinney. That's just who he is. He always instilling that in us. And I feel like that's why we're so mature. Because, every single day our coaching staff does a great job in making sure that we're mature. We're disciplined. We're focused on the task at hand. And, we're locked in. So every single day, the coaching staff does a great job instilling that in us. So it's just a mindset that we have.
Hey, Amari, Coach said that you actually played the 9-man position a little bit in camp. What was that like for you? And you think we might actually see that at some point during the season?
Oh, it was definitely different because I've never touched 9-man since I've been here. But it was a challenge, and, I accepted it. And I feel like I got better from it because, working in the boundary, you have less space to work with. So it definitely made me pull out some more things out of my toolbox, which I needed to do. And, I challenged myself to do that. So I liked it a lot, and I feel like it definitely got me better for whenever I'm permanently back in the slot position.
Mari, do you know about how many, in-person classes most guys on the team have? And are you taking any in-person classes, or are they going to be all online?
So I'm taking one, half online, one in-person class. So it's online right now. And then, when people can start going back to class, we meet, every other class time. So that's really just one because, I'm about to graduate in December. So I don't really have that many classes like a young guy on the team. So that's really my situation.
And if you had to name maybe 1 or 2, 3 guys on each side of the ball, younger guys that are up-and-comers, that any position that have turned to your head in camp, who would that be?
For me, Andrew Booth. Andrew Booth, I've been a mentor for him for the past year since he got here. I've seen it in him since he got here. The dog that he has, the skill set that he has. He's very physical at the line of scrimmage and he's very fast too. So he recovers whenever he may slip up. So he's a dog, man. You know, I've been seeing all camp. He got a little banged up, but, you know, he's back now. So, you know, I'm excited for him. On the offensive side, I'll say Kobe Price, the running back. He's a monster too. He's going to be very special. He's very fast for his size, and you know he steps in the tackle box. And he blocks for the quarterback too. So that's something that you love to see.
So you said Booth was back today.
Yeah, he was in Green today.
Okay. Thank
Amari, now that it's been over a year since Coach Scott left, how would you compare Coach Grisham to Coach Scott, just their coaching styles and you know, their personalities on and off the field?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like as far as similarities, they bring that energy every single day. You know, they're going to get the best out of you every single day, and they demand it out of you. And, you know, they push you every single day to be the best, and, you know, to get better, win the day, as Coach Swinney be saying. So that's really what they do as similarities. But, you know, they're really not comparable. You know, I feel like they're their own great coaches in their own ways. You know, Coach Grisham does a great job of doing a lot of different drills to work on a lot of little things that we need to work on that he sees in practice on film. So I like that about him. You know, Coach Scott, you know, he's a great coach too. You know, he was here for a long time, and now he's a head coach. So he did a lot of great things. So, you know, I'm happy, and I'm happy for both of them to be my coach when I did it.
Amari, has CJ Spiller been out at all with you guys yet?
Yeah, he's been out of practice since last week. Yeah, he came out since our half scrimmage last week. That was his first day out.
What's it like having him on staff? And I know you're not a running back, but you know, have you noticed him at all? What's it been like having him?
Yeah, it's definitely awesome having him on the staff, especially as a returner myself. I'm definitely going to make sure I pick his brain about what he sees, you know, what he saw when he was out there, what helped him as far as returning and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to pick his brain about that. But just his legendary status that he has here, just being on his coaching staff, that's just another former player that's coming back and coaching. So that just shows a culture at Clemson. You know, it's great, and I'm excited to see what his coaching career is going to turn into.
Amari, it's Mark at WY. You mentioned gaining strength back in your knee. In retrospect, do you feel like last season you weren't totally full strength?
Yeah, I could say that. Now I think I can say that. Now that I know where I'm at right now, I can definitely say last year I wasn't fully strength, but I was good enough to play. And I feel like the knee brace slowed me down a little bit, but, you know, you can't make any excuses. I was still out there, you know, doing my job for my team. But, you know, definitely right now, I definitely feel like it's the strongest it's ever been.
Amari, Nick Saban had some strong comments yesterday about wanting to play this year to help players create value for themselves. Is that something you've thought at all about this offseason, being fully healthy and being able to create value for yourself, all the things you have financially tied up in this football season?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's definitely been in my mind all the time. That's really what's motivated me through the grind this offseason, just knowing that it's my last year. You know, I got to put all my harvest in. You know, I got to ball out pretty much. You know, I know that. So, you know, I put in that work so that when the time comes, you know, I'm going to be ready for my team to go out there and play.
Have you let yourself think about like the doomsday scenario if you guys don't end up getting to play out a full season this year? Or is that not even a focus at all?
Oh, nah. I'm in the moment right now. You know, we're playing, so I'm locked in. You know, I'm ready to play in 2 weeks.
Okay, thanks.
All right, what have you seen from EJ and then Joe before he got the hamstring injury?
From EJ, you know, he's a monster, man. He's very physical. He's a dog. He has that dog mentality. You know, he'll go in and hit anybody. He wants to be on the front line on kickoff return, and if that tells you anything. So he's a dog, man, and I like that I love that about him. And, you know, he's always asking questions. You know, he wants to get it right. You know, he's a young guy, so he's still learning the playbook and stuff like that. So he wants to get it right, and, you know, you see that and you appreciate that. Same with Joe. You know, he's always asking questions. He sits beside me in our meeting room. So, you know, he's always asking me questions about what play it is and the depth and stuff like that. So, you know, they're very technique-oriented guys. You know, they pay attention to the details. And, you know, they're going to be special. I can't wait to see it.
Is it fun to kind of have your front row seat to see the battle between DJ and Tyson? And what have you seen out of those two guys as they battle for that second spot?
Just poised, you know, they don't let anything get to them. If they make a mistake, you know, they bounce right back and make a big play after that. And you know, they're just brothers going at it. You know, we compete every single day. You know, we bring the best out of each other. And, you know, you love to see that because no matter who steps on the field, they're going to be ready. And I believe that.
We'll take one or two more for Amari if anybody has them.
Mari, how's Justin? How's Justin been mentally?
Oh, he's been great. You know, he's been around. You know, still sitting in meetings. You know, doing rehab, doing what he has to do. He's out in practices, watching and motivating us too. So you can tell he has great energy, he has a great mindset. You know, he's definitely ready to get back out there. So I feel like he's definitely grinding to get back out there as soon as possible.
Amari, the most impressive throw that you saw? I mean, I know you've seen him make a ton of impressive throws, but in camp, anything that Trevor Lawrence did that you're like, hey, I actually haven't seen him do that before?
Nah, he's been doing. Hey, he's been great since he stepped on campus. He's just improving. He's getting better. I mean, you see that he's definitely gotten better. He's maturing as a player, and you know, y'all got to see he's about to be special this year.